and we're back at it again. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another battle report from War Dog Gaming Battle Reports. I bid you welcome. Alright, everybody. Now, some of you might wonder, why is there a question mark there in the thumbnail before you clicked on the video? Well, I will tell you why. See, last week we had a poll on what army I should bring to this little in-house club tournament, and I let you all vote on it. So now I think it's time to reveal the winner. Are you excited? Let's check it out! That's right, everybody. You picked the horny goats. Hell yeah! Alright, so an army I have never played before, and I have faced them 3 times or so. I think it's 2 times. 2 times. So I have absolutely zero experience with this, but hey, I will do my best, guys, to try to make all you Beast Herd players out there proud of me. Well, we will see what happens. So, alright, guys, let's see what list I took to this tournament. Goddamn silly goats. As you all could hear, that was Bon Jovi with Living on a Prayer, the goat version. And as you already know probably by now, we usually play only metal and rock music on this channel, but I thought that was just too funny not to be included here on this battle report. Right, so here we have the list, guys, and let me just excuse myself first. I think I need to. You see, guys, me and my friend here that is owning this Beast Herd army, we do not have so big of a range of models to choose from. This is sort of what we have, and a couple of other monsters and such. So, and I really hate to proxy. I never proxy if I really don't have to, like for a casual game or so, that I really want to try something out. Otherwise, I prefer not to. And if you're gonna go to a tournament, a key rule of mine is you only take painted models. So everything here is excellently painted. By me and the Australian guy, we combined have painted a lot of this, and yeah, you guys will probably enjoy the battle reports no matter how it goes, just because the models is outstandingly looking, to be honest. That's my opinion anyway. But guys, let's have a look on the list here then. The whole idea is that I have two pumped up beast chariots that can wreck face with the druidess behind them, healing them if needed to. And then we have a big block with wildhorn goats just to be as a bunker for the druid. Then some annoying ambushes just to give a tactical advantage. Then chaff gargoyles as war machine hunters and chaff clearers. Then minotaurs to have some combat potential to give that extra punch. Some piggies as chaff, and also they can be pretty annoying. I have faced these piggies a lot before, and they usually are the MVPs for my beast opponent. Not that I have a lot of experience facing beastmen, as you all know. I have faced them 2 times before now, so but every time it feels like those fucking piggies are doing more than they should. And then a Gore-Tech. I really wanted to have 2 Gore-Techs, I think, but the points didn't allow it, and I didn't really know what to take out of the list if I wanted to add a Gore-Tech. But so this is the list. So yeah, quick thoughts about the items here, maybe then. We have Seed of the Dark Forest on the Druid, which is a forest that you place down after you have deployed everything. And as long as the wizard is inside the forest, he gets another extra on his spell attempts. So now he has +2 on his spell attempts, which is awesome. Then you can throw Oaken Throne, for example, on 2+ with 1 dice. So I really like that. And then he also can do some damage in close combat, because he has a 2+ armor save. This thing here gives him extra attacks, extra strength, and yeah, and then he has primal instinct on top of that, so he gets to take a leadership check, and if he does, he gets hatred basically. So reroll to hit, and yeah, that's just insanely good in my opinion. But yeah, and then the Beast Lord here, he has a 1+ rerollable arm save, and with 3+ against flaming attacks, and then he has what's it called now? Magic resistance here with the Obsidian Rock, and then Fatal Folly. It's sort of like a parry thing. If you roll once to hit him, then he gets another extra attack on top of you at the same initiative. That's as far as I understand it anyway. And then Eye of Dominance makes him only be hit on by beasts, cavalry, and constructs on 6s. But if it's a cavalry model, it's only the harness part that hits him on 6s. So that's the horses basically. And then we have the BSB here. He has a 1+, 5+ with Potion of Strength and 2 extra 8 icons. So the whole idea here is that I can join them both here as a unit, and then they get 4 in magic resistance. Are really hard to take out with ranged attacks unless it's maybe a cannon or such. But then I can also protect them with regeneration from Druidism. So I think I have a good synergy on this list, but we will see how it goes, guys. Alright guys, enough chatter about this list. Let's see who our opponent is this time. That introduction song was The Quiet Place with In Flames, a Swedish metal band. And if you haven't heard them before, then I suggest you check them out. Pretty fitting title and pretty fitting band for that introduction picture, wasn't it? Right guys, so have a look at this. It's the emo hard rocking punk rockers once again, or as you guys want to call them, the voice of the dark gods. Yeah. A faction that I really don't like to go up against, because I think they are really, really strong right now. So since this is a in-house club tournament and we are all friends, just having a good time throwing some dice and having a couple of beers and just having a good laugh, then usually we don't present any lists in advance. We just trust each other that the list is legit. So I have done this list in just out of memory. So if there are any errors here, then I just apologize. But this is as far as I can remember how he played the list anyway. So let's have a little look at it. He has a Barbarian Chief on an Wasteland Behemoth. I know that he had Hero's Heart. The other things might be me just typing down things that wasn't there. but the important thing was that it had additional limbs and Hero's Heart anyway. Then he had a Chosen Lord that was kitted to kill everything in close combat with Burning Potent, and you can see it. So he has a 1+, 4+, and he destroys everything in close combat. Then he had a Sorcerer with Evocation, Rod of Battle, might have had magic resistance, can't remember exactly if he had it or not. Anyway, it was an adept, so he had 3 spells. And then he had 2x12 warriors with favorite Gullima, halberds, full command, and might have been something else. Yeah, I think one of them had the Zealot's banner, that I'm pretty certain of. Anyway, that had 10 Chosens, full command, halberd, Goddess of Wrath again, and Zealot's banner, then 5 Feldraks, and 2x5 Flayers, and that was his list. So what do I think about the list? Well, I don't usually know so much about Chaos, but as far as I can say, I would love to face this with the rats. That's for sure. And I told them when we faced each other, is it okay that I go back and bring my rats instead? Well, fuck these gold people. What the hell am I gonna go up and do against this? It was like, what the hell? You can't just pick and choose now when you know the opponent. Of course you play the goats. And he was very happy to face my goats, that's for sure. I was like, crap. Okay, so what's the tactic in advance? chaff that lord with whatever I have, throw him bacon, throw him wolves, throw him whatever I have, just make sure that he never goes into combat with any of my more expensive blocks. And then I just gangbang, that's it. Just take all my units and throw them at one target one at a time, because if he can single out my units, I think every one-on-one battle he will be in favor of. So yeah, it will be an extremely hard matchup, and I will do my best, guys. So anyway, let's jump into the battle report and see how it went. Alright, so here we have the layout of the table, and for starters we are playing Dawn Assault as deployment type, and as secondary objective we are playing Hold the Center. So it's all about grabbing a hold of this warpstone here in the middle and hold it for as many turns as possible. So let's have a little look on the spell selection. I have all the totems on the big totem bearer. And for Druidism, I choose this. I took Oaken Throne, of course, Fountain of Youth, Stoneskin, Master of Earth, Healing Waters, I think it says here, yeah, and then Summer Growth. That's the typical spells, and I can spoil it already. I play the same spells for all the games here in this tournament. And then for my opponent, I don't have a picture on his spells since he didn't. Well, he borrowed my cards, actually, my magical cards, but he has rerolls to wound, rerolls to hit, and +1 to hit from the bounce spell. That's basically it. That's what usually every warrior player has when they are playing Adept on a vacation. Right, so on to the deployment then. We had a roll-off. I won the roll-off on who picks the side. I choose this side. Then he told me that he wanted to drop everything to go first. He then dropped this Wasteland Behemoth here. Then behind them he dropped some flayers. After that he has some warriors here. Next to them his Feldrax with his chosen lord inside it. Then over here, let me see if I have some better close-ups. Here we have a better picture. He has some more chosen, I think it was, with his wizard in it. Then he has some more flayers, and then next to them there is his chosen, the special unit. So these are warriors, chosen, flayers, Feldrax. That's it. And here on the left flank we can see his other flayers and the Wasteland Behemoth. And he's also done a pretty good job on the painting, so props to him. I think his army looks really good. Alright, so for angry horny goats then, we have my little army here then. So on my left side we have a Gore-Tech, and I wanted to have the Gore-Tech into the Behemoth as soon as possible. That's on combat that I think actually the Gore-Tech will win. Anyway, then we have some Minotaurs here. Close to them there are some vanguarding wolves. Then next to them some scouting gargoyles. Behind them my big wild herd block with my wizard in it. Then a piggy. Then both my chariots here in the middle. Then I only ambushed with one of the wild herds because I wanted to grab on hold of the objective as soon as possible, so I thought that I needed more scoring units. So anyway, I have some more wild herds here, then another piggy, and then some wolves here as well, and that's my deployment. Here we have a better close-up of the wolves here and the piggy. Alright, so off to Chaos or Voice of the Dark Gods, turn 1. Alright, so turn 1, Emo Punk Rockers. So what he does is that he basically puts everything forward and going for the objective, of course. But he then sidesteps the Wasteland Behemoth here because he was a little bit afraid of the Gore-Tech, which he should be. And then he also separated his lord out of the Feldrack unit because he didn't see any threats from my ranged attacks, since, well, I don't have a threat in that department. I only have one little magic missile that can threaten him. And yeah, that's it. So this is basically what it does. Then he moves into the magic phase, and he only has buffs, so it's nothing of importance. So off to Beast Herds, turn 1. Alright, but some more pictures here. We have another angle from his movement. Then his flayers are staying put here on the left flank, getting ready to chef me when I'm coming up on the flank there, which is a smart move on his part. And then we have the overlay here. And also, guys, so I don't forget to tell you, but I moved the forest here into the middle of the board because, as far as I can guess, then we will be having a bigger fight here in the middle, I guess, over the objective. So I thought it would be nice to have the forest here. Alright, so for the goats, turn 1, this is what we do. We push up pretty hard here on the left flank, as you guys can see, with the minus and the Gore-Tech, wanting to get into combat as soon as possible. And then we move up with the wizard into the forest here, so he can get some extra on his spell attempts. And then we separated the chariots, moved up a little bit with the warlord, oh sorry, not the warlord, the beast lord, because his Feldrax will only hit him on 6s, so I thought that would be a nice matchup for him. And then I moved back with the wild herds here because, yeah, actually what I should have done if I were smart enough was to just reform them, swift reform them, and then move back into the board edge here. So they definitely couldn't charge them, but I didn't do that. I just backed them off 2.5 inches. So now he's having a 9 or a 10 hard on Swift Stride to reach them, which yeah, is a bit threatening, to be honest. But he also have a pretty nice charge on the Gorgos here. I think it's almost the same here, either a 9 or a 10 into them as well. So anyway, and then more importantly, we shaft his warrior lord here, whatever it's called, because we can't let it run around freely. We can't. And then we save the pig here to shaft him later. Yeah, so we're sticking to the tactic. Anyway, then we move into the magic phase, and we tried for a magic missile somewhere. He dispelled that. We got off Oaken Throne, and that was basically it. I don't think we got off anything else. That's it, and we have no shooting. So, Punk Rockers, turn 2. Alright, so my opponent here is thinking long and hard on what to do. So he's like, should I take this charge? Should I not? Should I? Oh, crap. And then he was like, okay, I charged. And I was like, are you sure? He's like, nah, I'm not. Okay, I need to think a bit about it a little longer. And I was measuring. It was like, okay, so I think it's a 9 or so. And I was like, please do the charge, please do the charge, please. Because I'm hoping for that he does the charge and then fails it. Hopefully runs up a couple of inches. Then I will just plunge into him with both my chariots here. And I think that would be enough. And maybe just run them through. That's what I'm hoping for, at least. If not, then just tie them up and then chaff his warlord, so he won't have anything to say them for after. And if necessary, I can always also use the Gorgos here to chaff his other units. I think 1 or 2 turns will be enough to kill that unit with my chariots. That's what I'm hoping for, at least. So anyway, he finally decides to do the charge, and then he takes the Feldrax, charges my wild herds, and then he also takes this, I think it was Warriors or Chosen, can't remember which, but he takes this unit and charges into the flank on the wolves, not charging with the warlord, which I found a little bit surprising, and pretty good move on his part. Anyway, so let's see if he completes the charges. Smack! Ouch, yeah, that hurts. Alright, so he does the charge, which I didn't, well, I wasn't that depressed of it, but I was hoping for him to fail this, actually, but now, well, now we have it. And what I have done here, look at this. See you back on this picture. Now, when he goes in here, and we probably just break this unit and make them run off, then I will have to take a panic check on both my chariots and my Gargoyles, which was pretty unnecessary in my opinion. And this is the only reason why this is happening is because I am not used to play this army, because I'm used to play the rats, and most of my units when I'm playing the rats have fearless, so I didn't really even bother about this. I was actually expecting for my characters here to be fearless, but they aren't, so yeah, crap, that will not be so great. Anyway, so he completes this. Then, as you can see, he takes the warlord and puts him up here, which is, yeah, it's not good. That's pretty threatening. So we have the overlay looking like this, and then he puts up +1 to hit on the, what the hell is them called again? The Feldrax here. And for the rest of his battle line, it looks like this. He's placing everything here, getting ready. Oh yeah, also he shafts me here with what are they called them again? The flayers, shafting my minus. So he's playing very well, I gotta say. It's a good opponent. Then in the magic phase, he got number 5 spell card. And like I said, he got off +1 to hit on the Feldrax, and that was basically it, nothing else. Alright, so then we go into the combat phase because we have nothing else, and yeah, as expected, these guys just smashes these wild herds. Can't remember if I got, well, I think I had like a couple of goats left, and then they fled. There was like 2 goats left or something like that. They just ran them through. And then he decided to do an overrun, and thank God, but he actually missed the gargoyles here. It was just barely that he missed them. So I was very happy about that. But anyway, he ran through, and then he just ran like 4 inches or so on the overrun, which is awesome. But they got all out of the charge arc from this chariot by Beast Lord, but they are now in the forest train and looking and having my chieftain chariot looking straight for him. So yeah, that's great. So like I said, now it looks like this. They are inside the forest here. Alright, so off the goats, man, turn 2. Alright, so for the goats, turn 2, and this is what we do. We take the minus into the flayers, of course. We then also takes the BSB into the flank of the Feldrax. And as you guys can see, they are now inside the forest, so they won't have steadfast. So this is a golden opportunity for him, I will say. And that's what we do in the charge phase. After that, in the movement phase, we moves up with the wild goats here more into the forest to claim the objective. After that, we take this piggy to to throw him at the warlord over here after he has killed Bacon 1. And then we take the Beast Lord chariot here, getting ready to support my chieftain here if everything will just go badly. And then also we take the Gore-Tech over here to support this flank as well, because I think it's needing some support right now. After that, we go into the magic phase, and as far as I remember, I think we got off the totem that buffs this chariot to give it extra attacks and extra AP. I think it dispelled that the first time, but then since it's totems, you can throw them 2 times every turn, and I got it on the second attempt. And then we also got stone skin on him, I think it was. So, and well, we don't have any shooting, and we don't have any magic damage except for the Master of Earth. So it will probably be a very quick battle report, I guess. Anyway, we're going into the combat, and yeah, for starters, we start here and just takes away the flayers. We don't even roll this, they're just poof, dead, no more flayers. And after that, we go into this combat, and he was thinking pretty long and hard here also, if he wanted to do a challenge or not. And then he decided, crap, let's not do that, because if he challenges me, then it's a pretty decent chance that he won't be able to swing at me at all, and he prefers to have at least some attacks attempting to do some damage to my chieftain. So he doesn't do a challenge. I go in, I get 5 on the impact hits, wound with 4 of them and such, pretty good. I wounded a lot anyway. What I did was basically killed an entire dragon ogre and then did 3 wounds to the other. So, and I think he didn't do anything back to me. So then I have a charge, a flank, and 7 wounds, that's 9. And he had a banner, I think it was, or something like that. Well, then he auto breaks and he flees in this direction. And look what I have done here. I have prepared very nicely for this. Better picture here. See, because I knew this would happen. I was expecting for him to break out of this combat, since he isn't steadfast. So now I lined up my gargoyles here to make sure that they will turn around here and then flee through the piggy, through the warlord, and they can't be placed here. And then I line them up so they will flee over the table edge, because it goes here. But what I forgot to remember though is that he takes dangerous trains from doing this. so I have measured that this unit is as long as it's as big as it is here, it will be forced out of the table. But if he loses a rank, he will still be able to put himself here, and that's exactly what happens. He rolls really well on the Dane's trains, but just enough so he sticks here. That's it. So yeah, so then it looks like this. He took 1 extra wound on 1 guy here, but it was just perfectly measured for him. So I was like, crap, damn, fuck, I thought I had that unit. Yeah. So what I will have done now hindsight 2020, it would have been to just place them like in a big line over here, so they, even though if they took dangerous trains from doing this, they would still be forced out. So yeah, misplay on my part. But once again, it's just because I'm not used to play this army. I'm sorry, guys. I'm doing my best here, though. Right, so emo punk rockers turn 3. What he does is that he takes the warlord here into Bacon 1, which is no surprise, and then he rallies his dragon ogres. Oh fuck! But they needed a 9, I think it was. So it's no surprise, but still, I was hoping for some luck on on in my way. And then over here he takes his warriors, I think it is, into my wolves. No surprise there at all. And then he swings around with the behemoth to threaten my flank. And then he does a sneaky move here to chaff me in the middle here. So once again, I think my opponent is playing very nicely. Yeah, good job, guy. And as you all can see, it looks like this on this side of the board edge. And here we have the dragon ogres rallying. Crap. Right, so in the magic phase you get the number 7 spell card, so an awesome card. And what he does is that he buffs this unit over here because he's afraid of me taking my, I think both the piggy system and then this chariot system, so he's a little bit afraid of me going into them. And I think also this chariot system as well. I think they see his flank here. But this unit is the one that has 2 wounds each. Yeah, exactly. This is the chosen unit. So, yeah, if I go in there, I will probably stick there, and then I will have his warlord in the flank of me. So, no, I think this is a terrible idea to charge this unit. Anyway, then we have some combat, and it's just him clearing off some chaff. And I think, yeah, he only buffed this unit with rerolls to hit, I think it was, and I dispelled the rest. So that's it. So off the turn 3. So it looks like this then. We charges the flayers here because with both the miners and the wild goats, because I felt like that we need to do something here. If we are gonna win this battle, then there can be no room for cowards, that's for sure. So and then we also takes back the Gore-Tech here to threaten his behemoth, because yeah, we need to do something about that. And well, that's it. After that, we take Bacon number 2 and shafts his warrior block here, because well, we need to take care of them somehow. And then we moves back with both the chariots here to make sure that if he tries to charge them with his warlord, then we can do an easy flee maneuver here and then just come back later. And then we takes the gargoyles here and just flies them away so they won't get charged by the Feldrax, because we need to conserve points somehow. And then look at this, we get in some more wild goats to yeah, try to claim the objective. That's what I'm thinking here at least, and then threaten him from the backside. So and then we puts them here and moves up 5 inches. After that we go into the magic phase and we get the number 6 spell card, it looks like. And we get off first Bloodhorn Totem on this unit, so they have now 1 extra attack and 2 extra in AP, which is awesome. And then look at this, we also get off Stone Skin on that unit, which is absolutely awesome. So now they're buffed to the max. Well, not the max, but they are very buffed anyway. So they now have toughness 7, 3 attacks each, since they have additional health with AP 2. And they can also activate that banner that gives them 1 extra strength, 1 extra in AP also. They still have that. So the whole idea here is to just go in with the miners, go in with the wild goats, and then try to overrun with the wild goat unit into his warrior block and hopefully smash them also in his turn. But no, that's not exactly what happens. We go in here, we smash the flayers, they are there no more. Then we go into the before that we go into the shooting phase. I kill off like 1 warrior, so with the 30 shots that I have behind him here. And then I overrun with this unit, but just enough not to touch his warrior unit. And then I realign the minus here to look at his behemoth, because I don't want to have the behemoth in my rear. So then it looks like this, and this is after movement for the warrior of the Dark Gods turn 4. Right, so what basically happens in his turn 4 is that he charges with his Warlord into my BSB. I choose to flee. Then he redirects into my Warlord, or whatever it's called, Beast Lord. And I flee with him as well. And then he flees his charge, that's it. And then he moves up with Feldrax. He also charges Bacon number 2 with Chosen. And then he swift reforms with the Warriors here. And let's see now. He moves up with his warrior unit here, but he doesn't charge me though. He's waiting for me to charge him because he doesn't want to charge a fully maxed wild goat unit. And he's right now 1-0. Well, it's like 2-1, but he's in the lead with on the objective right now, so he's claiming that. And as far as the turns just tick on, I won't be able to catch the objective. So yeah, it's pretty annoying. But this is basically what happens. Then he tries to buff his warrior unit here. I can't remember what he exactly did. It looks like he got off like +1 to hit or something like that, but that was basically it, nothing else. Alright, so that's it. Then we move into turn 4. Alright, so for turn 4, since he swung around with the beast, the chieftain here on the Wasteland Behemoth, we had to do something about that, so we took the Gore-Tex and swung around here, but I think this was a misplacement on my part. I shouldn't even bother about this. Anyway, we then took the miners to move them up here. We need to get them into close combat as soon as possible. We can't just chase down this behemoth, it's just a waste of time. We also then desperately took our wild goat unit and threw them into his warrior block because we need to claim points somehow. The whole idea here is to get this unit into his warrior block and then buff the living shit out of them to make sure that he won't be able to hurt me. I will probably don't do much to him either, but I will probably make him flee off a break check or so because I will have so much combat resolution from doing this. Anyway, then we also moved up with this wild goat unit just to be a nuisance, throw some crap at his warrior block here. And well, that's basically it. We also, if I didn't say so, rallied both the chieftain and the BSB and Beast Lord. That's it. So after the magic phase, and it looks like we got a terrible card, the number 1 spell card. But the most important thing is that we got off Stone Skin. So yeah, that's really nice. Now it will wound me on 6s, so that would be pretty annoying for him. So after that we go into the shooting phase, and I think we do like a wound or so on a chosen here. Sorry, not a chosen, on a warrior here. That's basically it. After that we go into the combat phase. And well, we do not absolutely smash the warrior unit, but we kill a couple actually, and he doesn't do much to me. I think he killed 2 goats or something like that, not much at all. And then we did an overrun, and he rolled pretty low on the overrun, and we catched him. So that's really nice. Now we have claimed at least some points here, and we are now contesting the the secondary objective here once again. And after that, we go into the Warriors of the Dark Gods, turn 5. And yeah, well, I'm sorry to say this, but this will be the last turn of the game. And well, that's probably the first time that ever happens to me, that I run out of time. Because, yeah, and I think it's pretty weird since we don't have any shooting and basically no magic. So this is just very weird to me, but that happened. And like I said, that's probably the first time ever. So, and well, I think that I myself are a very quick player. I usually just run through my phases and basically don't think about it so much, because I usually do all the thinking straight after my opponent has done his moves, and it's like, okay, now cool, now I know what to do. But yeah, that happens. So turn 5 and last turn of the game, and basically what he does is just that he shoves me here with his warriors, and then he takes up his chosen to claim the objective once again. So, and yeah, that's it. And then he swings around with the behemoth and takes his warlord up here just to make sure to conserve points. And also he takes the Feldrax here and moves them somewhere just to be certain that they are in no harm's way. And that's it. So now he's having +2 on the counter, I think, on the objective, which will mean that he gets the secondary objective, and there's absolutely nothing I can do about it. So that sucks very hard. Yeah, that sucks a lot. And this was a great move on his part, because what I otherwise would have done was to go swing around with the beast unit here, and then I could actually do this swing with the minus if he didn't have the behemoth here, so I could actually grab on hold of the objective as well. But well, not more I can do about it. So this is how the game ends. And then I have taken a couple of pictures from some other directions of the board, and this is the last picture of the game. So let's look at the score and see what happened. But before that, let's count what he killed of me first. So he killed Bacon 1, Bacon 2, 2 unit of wolves, and then a little wild herd unit. So it's basically 600 points or so. And what I killed of him was his big warrior, well, not big, but his warrior block and both his chef units. So not much at all was killed in this game. Yeah, a little lackluster. I gotta say, because I thought this game will be a massacre. So I was like, what? What happened here? But yeah, a lot of chefing. That's what happened. And a very tactical game. So hats off to my opponent. You played it very well, sir. Right, so here we have the score, and it actually ended up at 10-10. It was very, very close to an 11-9 to the goats, actually, but it remained like 20 or 30 points or so to become an 11-9. So 10-10, and then, as you guys have figured out, he claimed the objective, and that's what he played for. So he played it very tactically and very well. So good job, guy. So, alright, that's game 1 of the Barhammer tournament. A little defeat. Can we swing back out of things? That's the question. So, and yeah, small talk. Could I have done something else? Could I have done something differently? Of course I could. Like I said, it's like the first game ever that I played this army. And what I thought was badly done by me, first of all, was the gargoyles there. I could have make sure that I got those Feldrack points. Maybe I would have even got a 10-10 out of this game. I should have done more to claim the objective. Should have had the Gore-Tex into combat, had the minus into combat, but that fucking behemoth with 20 March move, it's so insanely hard to catch him when you have absolutely zero shooting. And that's one of the things that I really lack with this list, well, with this army in general. It has zero shooting, zero ranged threat. And of course you can get some Cyclops or something, but god damn it, it's hard, and I really miss out on that, especially when I'm playing the rats so much, where you have like an awesome advantage in the range department. But yeah, I will keep on struggling with these fucking goats. I will do my best, guys. But what's bringing me into the game with the goats, though, is that this army, I just love this army because it's so awesomely painted. It's just a pure joy to play, and yeah, that's one of the main reasons why I play this game, even why I even bother about it. Anyway, guys, as always, a big thank you all for watching this. And if you like the Battle Report, then please press the like button. If you haven't subscribed to the channel and you enjoy this content, then feel free to do so. Otherwise, guys, until we see each other the next time, have a great one, and peace!